Good evening, Reese here. I'm here back for another Telekinetics video for you guys. I'll get to check out the other ones here on my channel as well too, including the lessons. So what is it tonight? Well, something you'll get to take a look in. And that is what this is all about. It is the other science on having telekinesis and what to look for in having it. Without any further ado, let's get to it right now. Because there's a lot of science out there in regards to telekinesis. And what are they? Because as it is, I got a list here that I'm going to share it with you right now. Okay, so the first ones that I'm going to be saying is heaviness in the hands, the chest, and the shoulders. Reason being is as a magnet into you, it's going to use your energy in a good way, because once your shoulders are connected, your chest as well too, and your hands is part of the core of the magnet, and magnets are heavy, right? So that means once you start feeling that right there is a major sign on having telekinesis. And that's also something that you should also look for in having telekinesis as well. Here's an example. Here's the spoon. I'm going to actually place it on me. So as it is, I'm going to actually take off my shirt and have this connected to my chest. First, get that spoon. Okay. Now here, I'm going to take off my shirt and expose only my chest for the example. Watch this. I'm gonna hold this spoon like this. Watch. Right there. Again. Watch. It's still stuck on me. Imagine that. It's stuck on my chest. Right about here on my chest. As you just seen. For a live example. And now, my shirt goes back on. On with the hat. Okay, so right there, we just give you a little example of what I mean about heaviness and being as a magnet. Right there. That's a little example there. Okay, so now let's get to our second one. And that is the breathing patterns change. That you'll notice that your breathing patterns are changing to adapt to the not just the inner magnet, but also the life source of telekinesis. Because telekinesis is a part of the breath. So like that, it will like balance out the magnet. So as you are breathing and it changes, it's there to enable and to stabilize the telekinetic force inside you. And when you like use your breath in reaching out and making things move, your patterns will change so that the magnet will adapt to it. So if you noticed that your breathing patterns have changed, that's a good thing in telekinesis, because in order for telekinesis to move, because it goes with the flow, and so is breath as well too. So making sure that you're looking out for your breathing patterns change. Here is a chart that you'll see right here. So if you notice these lines here and that changing as you breathe, that's just right there trying to help adjust the magnet inside of you. So again, here is a chart on breathing patterns and body oxygen that you'll see right here that I'm pointing at. That's why it's so good to practice breathing, and that way you can also help sustain the magnet inside of you, and just by doing that will help by practicing your breathing, let alone another thing that you should look for in having telekinesis. Okay, as I now read on to the notes. Okay, so here is the third one here on my note sheet here, and that is feeling shallow and sink. Now the reason behind it is that it's linked to emotions, feeling shallow and sink, and that's just feeling it's just like feeling pretty loose. You know, just like feeling loose. Look at my hands down here, like just like this, right? Feeling loose, like that. So you'll get looseness of that, and also things are more in sync. Like your reps that you're doing will be in sync in time, right there, as well as the feeling inside you. Reason is that magnet is going to move and shift. That's what it's doing in your body. So as it's shifting and finding its space, it's going to try and sync, right? And then the other one, that is feeling shallow. Now, a magnet, once it goes out, it'll feel shallow for a bit, then come back, right? So it's kind of like linked to emotions a bit as well too, and it also is a feeling. You'll definitely feel it in your body as well too. It's a good thing because in order for you to move objects, you're gonna want to be one with the magnet, the force within you. And now right there, puts us to 1, 2, 3. Puts us to our fourth one now, and that is feeling wavy, feeling like this, waving, because things are moving, and you can definitely feel the waving in you. That's the magnet again, as well as the emotions swing time by time. And now, one thing that you should look for in having telekinesis, as well as what to look for in having it as well. And it's also the magnet trying to keep its rhythm and time as it's working into your body. Or should I say, moving in your body. And from there, moving down to our next one, and that is your vibrations will pick up more in rate. And there, the vibrations that you feel will start to increase inside and as far as outside too. Even the fingers definitely feel the vibrations, because each finger is connected to the system. So all these fingers here have nerve endings, the feelers, right? And they will feel vibrations as well as pick up answers. Also in the fingers will pick up as well too. But overall, it'll definitely pick up. Another thing that you should look for in having telekinesis, as well as another sign of having telekinesis. It's kind of like tingly sensations in your fingers. And right there is one that you should also look for having telekinesis as well. Okay, next one that you should look for is another sign, and that is displaying different bursts of energy. There's a lot of energies out there. The magnet can sense it and pick it up very gratefully. It wants to reach out, and it comes right to you. And it, it has this big surge of energy rushing right out of it, and attracting to other objects. So, as let's say an object falls right next to you, when you're right there, is a burst of energy from you going to the object. Let's say for example, here. Now, say if I was right here. And if I had a burst of energy right now, something will fall off this table, like when I'm right here. Let's see if Hope can see if I have a burst of energy coming from me. Okay, so I have this a cup right here. Just keep watching the cup. Exactly, right there, and you've seen that right there was one of the bursts of energy. It's not just plastic-like things, but other things too also have energies in it too. It's what surrounds an object. So if you're right next to it and you have a burst of energy, well then the object that is right next to you or around you will end up moving where you are at. And if it changes, then you can move other objects as well too. Here is a scale of bursts of energy, as you can see right here. And right here as well too. And it's also linked to the inner magnet. If it has a burst, it comes out, and it does that like I've said before, like that. And again, the energy comes not from the inner magnet, but also is the force that surrounds you, and is also built inside of you. And from there, it'll just roar its way out in the form of bursts of energy. But when you see that change, then you'll be beat. As you reach out, you'll definitely get more action when you do get that burst of energy. Sometimes it has its highs, and it has its lows. Right? It comes in waves too. I've noticed this as well too. And it is very common. It has its peaks and drops, and you know what I mean by that. Okay, anyway, there comes down to our next one, and that is tingly finger sensations, which again I just covered with the other one in the vibration there. So those pictures also will be in relation to this as well too. Don't look at the other pictures in regards with the fingers as well too. So that way it'll be like put together right there. And again, it's all in the fingers as well as in the hand of the orchestrator, the operator, you, the one with the force. Okay, from there we get down to our next one. And another sign that you should also look for in having telekinesis, and that is displaying hidden powers. Something has changed in you. Something has changed in what you do. Something never yet been explored, and you've done it, and you're like, did I do that? Yes, you did. But what was it? It was hidden. It was hidden. And it comes up. Like my other video by that spoon and cup. Spoon and cup. Right? That was one of the hidden things that I could do. Here, let me do it. Let me do this one again for you guys, so you guys can get to see what I mean. This was hidden. I never knew I could actually, on my arm, having this go into the cup. That was completely surprising when that happened. I was like, seriously, I did that? Let's check it out. See if I can do it again, because sometimes again, I'm going to repeat, it comes in waves, so if it does drop, that means that it has to get picked up again. Let's hope I have a better way this time. That was close. Let's try one more time. Again. That. Again, as it was, the waves in me, again, ends up doing that. You can also practice at that one. It is a Telekinetics challenge, as it was. Hope we can get that wave back again. See if it can happen again. Okay, one more last time. Okay, right there. You just seen it up close to the camera as an example of one of my hidden powers that I had. Right there. Spoon flies into here. So something like that. Something surprising. Let me know in the comment box what kind of surprising things that you've done with your telekinetic powers. Here, this was mine. But also putting that up to you guys so you could do that challenge as well too. Now please watch for the other challenge Telekinetic videos here on my channel. If you haven't yet, now's the time to get yourself onto it. There you'll be seeing lots of cool stuff in regards to telekinesis, workouts, as well as lessons here as well. So that was a part of the power right there. It gives you a little live example of what I mean. And right there brings us down to our next one, and that is your inner magnet picks up in more rate. It gets more active. It starts bubbling over, shifting constantly, and you're reaching out and you're getting your objects moving, and it's increasing, it's building. Which is good, because that way you can move more objects. So that's another thing that you should also look for in having telekinesis. Let alone one of the signs in having telekinesis. Here's a little readout for you guys that you see here. It says, our body needs magnetic energy. So you guys can get to see the readout. That way you get to know about your inner magnet. This one here goes into the eyes, the depth. And that right there is your depth. Your depth perception gets more sharper. Reason being for that is when you're doing telekinesis, it's all about the depth perception, and when you're actually trying to move that object, staring at it, that is depth perception. And having telekinesis will better it, but also is something that you also need to look for in having telekinesis, and it is another sign of having telekinesis. Watch this. Watch the spoon. Here is a live example of what I mean. Here, watch. Sweet. Watch. Like that. That's perception in that, and a full communication with your object to be able to do that, and many others. Just by your depth perception gone. Sharper. Okay, so now let's get to the other things. Now one is your motor skills will increase, like the way you walk will increase in momentum, like kind of in speed. like this. I'll show you in live action. Okay, so you see that there's two places here. I'm gonna try and walk as fast as I can and get from one to the other and meet back here. Watch this. How about I come out that way? Watch this. This is just watch. Just like that. Like Flash Gordon. Like that. So, as that increases, your magnet will increase. And that too. And it also helps the magnet on the inside get more stronger. As well too. And as it picks up in rate, a lot of great things will happen when things get more rate. And by motor skills, I mean your movement of your body as you walk and or run. From there, we get to our next one, and that is your mass speed gets greater. Again, that same thing, and the same pictures apply to this as well too. And that now brings us to the accuracy part. Including in telekinesis, everything needs to be accurate. Strong, firm connection. And our next one, and that is your accuracy picks up and gets even better. And I think that you should look out for having telekinesis alone as another sign in having telekinesis, as being able to move more than one item. So if you are displaying that and being able to, that means your magnet is so active and so strong that it will definitely move more than one item. Depends on the force inside of you and how it changes inside of you, as well as in the magnet inside your body, which is the force. Alright, there's also a sign that so you need to look for having telekinesis as well too. This now goes into the touch, very sticky touch, and that is your sticky touch will gain even more in rate, meaning as like you get sticky and you keep and you touch, it's the magnet reacting to a touch, and when it picks up, it'll pick up with the speed. This is another thing to look for in having telekinesis as well too. Next, it goes into the reflexes, and that is your reflexes will become even more greater when something falls and you grab it. You know, if you accidentally hit something and you catch it, called the lucky catch, well, you'll get even greater. That way, if something happens, you can easily catch the object. Here's a live example of what I mean. Take my hat off. Paint, this is my favorite color. Red is my favorite color. Okay, here's what I mean. Like that. But it's the edge of a table. I'm going to use my hand as an edge of a table. What could you use as an edge of a table, but lucky catch. Something like that. If you had that happen at the edge of a table and you caught that object, well, they'll get even more better. when having telekinesis. That way you can save a lot of objects from breaking on the floor. And many others. Here's a chart of learning about reflex. Here you see this person touching a flame, and the reflex back is swinging the hand back.